In the night it calls me, shadows dance the free, haunted dreams they take me into the unknown sea.
Chapter 1. The Unveiling. In the heart of Trosa City, within the ancient Grand Hall of the Citadel, Bobby Ransom stood amidst a hushed crowd. Shadows danced across rusted metal walls adorned with flickering holographic projections, casting an ethereal glow over the assembled citizens. It was a momentous occasion, the air thick with anticipation as Bobby awaited the customary ceremony marking his passage into adulthood. Nyla, a steadfast figure with gray-streaked hair peeking from under a simple hood, stood nearby, her weathered face etched with concern and unwavering support.
Are you ready, Bobby?
She whispered, her voice a soothing balm against his nerves. Bobby nodded, his eyes betraying a mix of anticipation and confusion. Today, he would receive the mark of adulthood and implant injection of a microchip on his temple, a sign of acceptance and belonging in the kingdom of Trosa. It was a rite of passage he had long awaited, yet a nagging doubt lingered in the back of his mind. From the royal balcony above, Lord Rex, the unyielding ruler of Trosa City, surveyed the scene with a gaze that missed nothing. Beside him stood Lady Alara, her graceful demeanor a stark contrast to Rex's imposing figure. Her dark hair cascaded over shoulders adorned with garments that whispered of wealth and privilege, her gaze fixed on Bobby with a mix of curiosity and expectation. At the heart of the grand hall, the elder stood cloaked in robes weathered by time and ritual. Her presence commanded reverence, her sharp eyes scanning the gathered crowd with a gaze that seemed to penetrate the very soul. With practiced hands, she conducted the ceremonial rites that would shape Bobby's path into adulthood, each movement imbued with the ancient traditions that bound Trosa City together. Bobby felt a surge of nervous energy as the elder approached, her eyes flickering with a knowing glint. She gestured for Bobby to step forward, her voice resonating through the hall in a tone both ancient and timeless.
Bobby Ransom.
She intoned, her words carrying the weight of centuries-old wisdom.
Today marks a pivotal moment in your journey. Are you prepared to embrace what awaits?
Bobby swallowed hard, his throat dry with anticipation.
Yes, Elder,
He replied, his voice steady despite the turmoil within. He extended his hands as the elder placed her own over his temple, her touch surprisingly gentle against his skin. With a precise motion, the elder activated a small device, causing a faint hum to resonate through Bobby's skull. He closed his eyes as a surge of energy coursed through him, a sensation of awakening that seemed to transcend the physical. As the ceremony continued, a hush fell over the grand hall. Bobby opened his eyes, feeling a strange warmth spreading from his temple to his extremities, as if some dormant power had been awakened within.
Open your eyes, Bobby Ransom.
The elder commanded, her voice cutting through the swirling maelstrom of sensations. Bobby complied, his heart pounding in his chest as he beheld the elder's solemn visage before him. The hall seemed to hold its breath as Bobby's eyes fluttered open, revealing orbs that shimmered with an unexpected hue. Instead of the familiar Trosan blue, Bobby's eyes glowed with a startling shade of purple, a color rarely seen among the citizens of Trosa City. Gasps rippled through the crowd as murmurs of astonishment filled the air. Nyla's eyes widened imperceptibly, a flicker of concern crossing her features before she composed herself. Lady Alara exchanged a meaningful glance with Lord Rex, their expressions unreadable amidst the unfolding drama. But Rex's gaze bore into Bobby with intensity, his jaw clenched in a silent display of displeasure. His eyes narrowed ever so slightly, betraying a mix of curiosity and unease at Bobby's unexpected transformation. The elder regarded Bobby with a mixture of curiosity and solemnity.
Your eyes.
She murmured, her voice barely audible above the murmurs of the crowd.
They bear the mark of ancient prophecy.
Confusion clouded Bobby's mind as he struggled to comprehend the significance of his newfound gaze.
what does it mean, Elder?
He ventured, his voice barely a whisper in the echoing hall. The elder's gaze held Bobby's with an intensity that bordered on unsettling.
It means young Bobby Ransom,
She replied cryptically.
that your path is no longer bound by the expectations of others. You carry within you a power, a destiny that will shape the future of Trosa City.
Before Bobby could utter another word, the hall erupted into a cacophony of voices. Citizens exchanged hurried whispers and curious glances, their expressions ranging from awe to apprehension. Lord Rex raised a hand to silence the crowd, his voice cutting through the tumult like a knife.
Let us celebrate this momentous occasion,
He proclaimed, his tone carrying the weight of authority.
Bobby Ransom has come of age, and Trosa City stands ready to embrace his future.
As the crowd dispersed, Bobby found himself surrounded by well-wishers offering congratulations and words of encouragement. Nyla approached him with a reassuring smile, her eyes twinkling with a hint of pride.
You did well, Bobby.
She said softly, her voice filled with a warmth that eased his lingering doubts. But beneath the surface of celebration and ceremony, Bobby sensed a shifting tide. His purple eyes held secrets yet to be unraveled, mysteries that beckoned him toward an uncertain future. As he gazed out across the grand hall, Bobby Ransom knew that his journey had only just begun.